Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is day 26 now. I am so happy to be back and feeling a little bit better. I think I still sound a little congested, so sorry about that. And if I cough, I'm sorry about that too. Unfortunately, you saw my other video, I have not been able to get tested yet. One thing is super crazy, testing centers are like, it's really hard to find an urgent care that will allow you to come in without an appointment at this point. So we've been trying to look around. We finally found something. So we have a rapid set up for tomorrow just to hurry up and finally get one. And then we have a PCR for the next day because that was the quickest we could get something. Like, we couldn't even get a PCR for the following day. But we're going to get it done just to see how we are. We are feeling better. So I think, like I said, if it was that, is trying to run its course and our antibodies are fighting. If it's not, I think our body still, our immune system is like getting stronger every day and trying to fight whatever it is going on in our body off. So we're just hopeful for good things. But in the meantime, now that we feel a little bit better, I do want to talk about some of the things that have transpired in the last week. So obviously, if you've been following the last month, you've seen some of the transitions and things that I have made apparent and evident to you all. I'm so glad you're watching, so glad you're following the journey. There's only a few more days left in the month, and after that, the journey really gets started. And so I don't know how much I'll share after the 31st. Of just each day. I'm sure I won't do it every single day, but obviously this is a big deal for me and I'm really excited about it. So I definitely, like I've told y'all from the beginning, I wanted to document that, but also I wanted to be clear on like my intentions on where I'm headed. And so I wanted to document like what happens in my pivoting journey if I change my mind, if I stay completely on course. And I think that what this journey has also given me is so much time of reflection. So, I got through, first off, the resignation and just my plans, kind of laid out what I wanted to do first off and how do I want to get that started. And then came the final planning moments of our elopement. And so our elopement, obviously, like I've already said, turned out beautiful. It was perfect. I can't tell y'all how much it was just peaceful, intimate, and a beautiful experience for her and I. We just enjoy being with one another and, spending time together. The irony of having this micro wedding and then kind of still potentially being exposed and kind of having to wait on results and stuff like that is crazy. I'm glad more people were not in the mix. And thankfully I haven't heard any bad things about anybody else that was present. So we're just praying for everybody to get well, whether they have COVID or not, or if they're sick or not. But I haven't heard anything other than the person, so that's good. And obviously me and Ariel ourselves just trying to get better. But regardless, I mean, it was still just a beautiful experience, a beautiful day. I think everybody there felt the love and genuine like relationship and partnership between Ariel and I. So that's what we wanted. We wanted that to be able to be shown. And I think that through the footage that they gathered, I think that it absolutely is in those pictures and those videos. And so that makes me very, very happy, because that's what we wanted it to be about. I know a lot of you probably watch it and have been watching, and probably, I don't know what you think, but I do just, again, want to reiterate, we did not cancel our wedding for me to start this like journey. That's not what happened. We had a lot of other things that I don't necessarily want to talk about because that's between me and my wife, if I'm being honest. But it was just a lot of small things, and I'm a pretty big detail-oriented type of person, even though I'd love to see the big picture. Small things that her and I both were like, if this was supposed to be as smooth as Christmas coming, it doesn't feel that way. And truthfully, it doesn't matter what you're planning. It could be a baby, it could be a wedding, it could be, even graduating from college or something like that. Like, you're of course going to have bumps in the road, but truthfully, it wasn't a smooth experience like how we envisioned our big day being. Excuse me. And that was enough to tell us, like, this is not how we want it to be. And so, to be able to cancel what we initially had, and then within like a few weeks, redesign what our day is going to look like, even down to the details of like what type of pictures we're going to have, and it be almost perfect of what we could have envisioned and what we wanted to envision, outside of like us spending the day with each other. Like, we obviously didn't plan to spend the day with each other. We planned to spend the day with other people, and then, like, finally see each other at the altar, and then spend the evening with each other. So that's about the only thing we didn't originally plan. So I think, obviously, also having people there. But it was even better than what we could have imagined or planned, because it was so uniquely us. If you've been following me, if you know us personally, then you know our actual wedding, or not wedding, I'm sorry, engagement was just us two. And that's something that I'll be honest, I told Ari I do not want to be by myself. I want everybody to be there, or like these important people in my life. Reason being is because I didn't want to have to call people after. I literally told her, I said, I don't want to have to call people. I want people to be there. I want to share that moment with my closest friends and my family. I want them there. COVID was obviously a part of our experience, something we did not factor in. I'm sure when we talked about it over and over again prior to us actually getting engaged. And I guess by the time Ariel had decided she was going to propose to me, she was still trying to factor in some people. Maybe not everybody, like maybe how I originally wanted, but she tried. So when we had the engagement and she actually just proposed, and she was like, I couldn't really get everybody together. I was worried about COVID. And ultimately, also, this is how I wanted to propose to you. Honestly, couldn't have done it any better. It couldn't have been a better experience. Sure, I mean, I was a little bummed about, like, not having people there, like, way after the fact. Was like, dang, I wish there could have been people there after. And this is truthfully from just knowing what she originally planned. If I would have known that, I probably still wouldn't have said anything different. But the only reason I wanted people there is because I didn't want to have to call people after. I wanted to just kind of, like, start partying. But what is beautiful about having the moment and sharing the moment with just you and your person is being present for it. And as much as she has learned to celebrate and enjoy life with the people she loves from me, I have learned how to celebrate and enjoy life in the presence of the person I'm with, like being present for that moment. That's something I tried to do in my early 20s. I would celebrate a theme every year, and one of my years was be present. I think it was like 26. And I don't know how good of a job I did, but I know that being with my partner, my wife, I am learning a lot more about being present, and I learned to appreciate and honor that too. So my engagement was perfect for me and her, because truthfully, that moment taught me how to be present, and I was very present, which is why I didn't tell people right away. We sat in it, and then we called our parents first, and then we called our friends after, and we didn't even call people. I think we just text. And then some people called us. And then we told social media like the next day. So it was like very much so like a present moment. And that is honestly how our wedding day experience was, which is, I've heard horror stories about people not eating, not, being intimate, not that it's a bad thing, but just like they don't feel like it, or they're tired, or they were so excited that they couldn't calm down, or even down to our wedding ceremony. Parts where people were like, I was crying my eyes out. Me and Ariel did not cry over stuff we thought we would, because we had been seeing each other all day. We didn't cry when I walked in or when she walked in. We cried when they acknowledged my mom at the altar. When Ariel acknowledged my mom, we cried at our vows, because we heard both each other like promise to each other, and there was nobody else present. There wasn't a baby in sight, so nobody's baby could cry, or you weren't embarrassed to say too much because nobody was present, so you didn't have to, Not that, I mean, I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say they're embarrassed, but Ariel's a pretty shy person, so she was kind of worried about the vow. So to have that space where she could just talk to me, I got the very best of her in those moments, and she of me. And so that's what I mean by like, it was just a great experience and very much us, because so many times we've had those types of experiences where it's just her and I. And as much as I think that I don't want that, or I wouldn't like it because of my personality, I have learned to properly appreciate and enjoy that because of the person that I chose to be with, and who has taught me so much about the value in things outside of my comfort zone. And so I just love that. And so now, we're post wedding, post all of that. And now, like, I know you're probably thinking, what's next? Well, we did have to reschedule our honeymoon. So we were going to do like a little mini moon, let the majors stay in the States. Because a lot's going on with COVID. We figured we'd go to New Orleans. So honestly, we were supposed to be going to New Orleans tomorrow, and we had to cancel it. We ended up staying an extra day in the hotel, but we were so tired and sick, we just laid in the bed all day and watched movies, ordered room service, and then we came home. And so I was so sick when I came home, I didn't even make a video. I was so tired. But we were supposed to go to New Orleans tomorrow. We were supposed to leave early in the morning. And that's just not how life happened, or is going to happen. So we've decided to kind of just rest. We're taking the rest of the week to focus on our home, getting our house in order how we want it for the new year, preparing, getting better physically, spiritually, mentally, all of that good stuff. And just like what's next? Ariel's gearing up to go back to work in January. I am gearing up to start some things of my own. So, what does that look like for me? So, for one, I watched today. I want to encourage everybody, if you're interested in the entertainment industry or anything like that, one thing I would encourage you to watch, learn as much as you can. I'm a kind of cerebral person as it relates to like information. Like, I like being a human Google. And if I don't know it, I'm going to Google it and find out. And so I was watching this documentary about one of the world's first women. I want to say she was the first woman, first Latina woman, person of color, maybe two. But she was like one of the first, if not the first, woman, Latina. And she was an EGOT winner, or she is an EGOT winner. She's still alive. Her name is Rita Moreno. She is this vibrant. I want to say this was shot 2 years ago. She was like 87 when it was shot. So she has to be in her 90s now. Vibrant, elaborate woman. She is so amazing. She has a 70-year-long career in Hollywood, and people, like, kid you not, don't even know her name. Some people don't know her name, don't even realize who she is. She is the first. She brought the character Anita from West Side Story to life. She has an EGOT winner, and I'll go over that. So an EGOT winner is a winner who has won, in Hollywood, basically, they've won an Emmy. So that's like television, a Grammy, music, a Tony, which is like stage theater performance, and an Oscar. So that's like film, and you're like the best of the best if you won an Oscar, right? Or Academy Award. Marita Moreno has won all of these honors, and she did it in her like 40s, and she's like 90, just so we're clear. One of the only other people that I know, like personally, some of these the list of people I don't even know. John Legend. That should tell you. Okay, Common's almost there. I think he's missing like a Tony maybe. And Whoopi Goldberg has won one. So, black people I know, those two. John Legend, Whoopi Goldberg, that's it. And then Rita Moreno, I think the only Latina. I don't even know if there's any others. She is phenomenal. And the thing is, it's so cool because they say, like, they said on the documentary, they weren't trying to win these awards. They were just working. They were just doing the work. And so much of American culture teaches us to go out and be the best, be the brightest, be the smartest. Even, and I love my mother dearly. My mother taught me that if you're going to do it, you're going to be the best. So I've always strived for that. And so that teaches us what our definition of success is. I found that watching this show, I realized like that's such a harsh way to define success, you know, for the masses, because everybody can't be the best, right? It's just the truth. Because who defines it? How many number ones can you have? That sort of thing. But I think I realized instead of being the best, they wanted to work. Or instead of being the best, they just were doing things that they enjoyed. She had the documentary is called Rita Moreno, just a girl who decided to go after, I think, what she wants. I don't know. I can't even remember what it was called. But let me see if I can find it really quickly. Hold on. Rita Moreno, just a girl who decided to go for it. It's on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, or if you don't know what I'm talking about and you would like to go watch it. So amazing, so inspiring. I've been down, y'all. I don't know if y'all could tell from my videos, but I've been having some hard times trying to get excited about this journey because I'm a little scared. I've been sharing with y'all all month me going after something in spite of my fear. And the truth is, I'm so scared. I even text, like, did you find out about, a situation? Like, I text a supervisor, like, because I formally resigned, but I haven't, what's it called? Like, my last day is actually in January. So I text about, like, a leave of absence before I was like, maybe I shouldn't. Just afraid. And so that's a true experience of your journey, or it can be, I should say, because I don't know what you're going to choose. But seeing that and just kind of having some other experiences, like the next step for me is what's next. I have no other desire on earth to be anything else except a star. What is a star? I don't know. I promised my wife at the altar I'd make it, so I have to make it in some form. And the truth is, I don't know what make it looks like, but what I do know is make it has to be something more than what I've been doing the last 7 years. And that's what I'm going after now, instead of just trying to be the best, or whatever the best is defined as in my field or industry now. And that's what I'm like wanting and hoping for y'all to get from watching me, from, talking to me. I hope y'all are encouraged. I know sometimes the videos just seem like I'm just talking to a camera and it's like, what are we supposed to be getting from this? But honestly, we're so talented. We're so strong. We're so amazing. We all can be whatever. I know this time period is being considered the great resignation and everybody's walking away from everything, but everybody doesn't want to be a superstar or a star, or not even a superstar or a star. Everybody don't want to be, this big name. Some people just want a different career, a different outlook, and that's okay too. And I think that's what I'm wanting. I'm hoping to encourage the next generation of people, to inspire them to do more, to be more. Those corny sayings, aspire to inspire. I really want to inspire people. I know that I was given the task of helping people find their own paths to healing themselves. My goal in life is to help people do that. And for a while, I thought that meant I had to be a counselor. And I kind of wanted to push away from that. But I've learned so much in the last few years about, like, my gift of just inspiring people, right? I have a gift to talk to people and connect with them in a way that a lot of people can't. But I also feel like I enjoy when people want to connect with me, right? I love trying to go connect with other people, but I really enjoy when someone wants to connect with me too, because we find value in each other, right? And so what I'm saying is, yes, I want to inspire people just as much as I want to be inspired. I want to, face the world head on with, all my tools in my packet that I've learned and that I've built up because I already had that within me. And so, yeah, I hope that these videos are, if nothing more, encouragement for you to keep going forward. And then you share it with somebody, and then they share it with somebody, and now we're all inspired. And then it comes right back around to me, and you guys are commenting and subscribing and like commenting, telling me things so that I can continue to be inspired, right? Because I'm not the only one inspiring people. I'm so inspired by others. Again, I told you I watched this story about Rita Moreno and her journey in life. 90 years old, what a journey. What a blessing it is to be alive, to see almost 90 years, if not, I think she is 90 at this point. What a journey. This woman came from another country to America. She started, literally started from the bottom, built her way up. How inspiring. If I ever got the chance to meet her, I would just thank her for paving the way for people of color. Because she might not be a black woman, but she is a woman of color who took roles that really were beneath her, degrading because of who she was. They were making her be the help in movies or the love interest, the sex symbol, because she was a woman of color. She was also always the woman that was a side piece. She was never the main character at first and was getting makeup darker than her. My complexion. And she's a Latina woman who is very fair skinned. So it's just crazy how Hollywood did her in the beginning, and how if she wouldn't have considered continuing to take those jobs and doing those things, she wouldn't have broken the barriers that she did for people of color in the industry. And I'm sure so many Latina women and men, I know that her choices and her decisions she made shaped and molded Hollywood and how they treat people of color, Latina women, Latina men. So it's so amazing, and I was so inspired. But also I was inspired with her literal words of, I just decided to go for it. She saw a shirt, I want to say she said on the street or something, bought it, and never wore, she always wore gowns to these fancy events, and decided to wear this sparkly shirt she got on the street because she was like, it's so me. And that's how I want to be. I want to be so inspiring to people that you're inspired to go after your own dreams. And I know I just got on the camera for that, but I'm just saying that moved me. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I don't know if I talked about the podcast, but that is one of my goals. I really want to start a podcast, and I had a few ideas. I wanted to do one with Ariel about healthy LGBT relationships. I have some friends that are really into pop culture with me, and so I wanted to do something with them. And I also wanted to just have my own, because I hate the idea of having to wait on people. So if I want to shoot something, I want to be able to shoot it now. I don't want to have to wait till you get off or till you're free and we have this standing date, but then you start backing out or whatever. And I'm not saying those people would do that to me. I'm saying that's my idea of if you have a dream, but you're counting on other people to follow that dream. Don't want that to happen. And so I've been debating on whether or not I really want to podcast with other people. But the truth is I believe podcasting, one thing about it is a conversation. And so I really love the idea of multiple people talking and engaging. So I don't know what, or if I'm going to do all three of those, one of those, some now, others later. But I really like the idea of inspiring people, just overall, and that's my goal. So today was just kind of about updating y'all where I've been at the last couple of days, where I'm headed. I am headed towards things to call my own. I've got this Operation Prepare to Pivot. We only got a couple more days left in the journey. Then I hope to start putting more footage out there for you. I got to get my 5 minutes with Chaz back up. It's supposed to be an inspiring piece for you guys every week. I don't know how people feel about it, so I mean, let me know about that too if you really like it. I think it started off really good, but the consistency is key, right? Along with just other things I want to do. I'm really thinking about like getting better with like when I get into the acting, deciding whether like film or TV is better, and or not a film or TV but stage. I just never thought about stage when I left like middle school, but like really like you perform every night if you're on stage. Like if you have a show, and I think for me like part of me wants to perform. And I'm learning that about myself. I want to perform. When I was in high school and middle school, I performed. I was in drama in middle school. And in high school, I was in show choir. It was like a choral thing. So you sing and dance. I've never really loved musicals, but I love the idea of like being a show woman. So I don't think I have one thing I want to do. I think I've said that before to everybody. But, well, I don't want to say I don't think. I know I don't have one thing I want to do. And I want to be open to as many and as much as possible of the things that the entertainment industry has to offer. And I just don't want to limit myself. And I hope that y'all think the same thing with what you want to do. Don't limit yourself. Don't say, I want to be the VP of, this company. You can be your own VP. You can be the owner of the company and you hire the VPs. Don't think so small of yourself. Yo, you know what I mean? Like, don't think so small of yourself. You can be the VP of that company. You can be the company's CEO and you hire the people. Or you can be one of the support members that hold that company up. And either part is right if that's what you want. Excuse me. So I'm going to end with that. I know this video was a lot longer than some of the others. So I appreciate y'all sticking it out with me, connecting with me. I've had such an amazing month of just ups and downs, bumps in the road, and smiling days. So I'm just excited to continue recording these last few days. Thank you for your support. Thank you for following with me on this journey. I'm excited to continue showing you what's to come. And I hope you're enjoying everything. Until tomorrow, please enjoy the quote. I will see y'all then. Peace.